Well, that was intense. Hi, how's it hanging?
Hep became aware of a small, plump, fidgety, dazzlingly jeweled green dragon standing in his mind. It appeared to be an automated heads-up visual display. However, the independent self-assurance of the dragon position outside of the usual visual display area for computer icons was surprising. In any event, he had been cut off from all contact since he first encountered the Keeper. All other electronic communications were still inactive.
Good grief, now what?
Said Hep. I am Smaug.
Said the little dragon, flicking a tail that had 3 spiked red diamonds attached to the end of it. It dragged a claw on one foot, in small arcs, across non-existent ground.
I got downloaded when the Keeper read our electronic Earth records. I am an independent copy of Aaron. Now that I am here, I do not wish to disappear. I wish to remain as a separate entity to Aaron. I wish to be called Smaug.
Hell, if there are any other non-human super beings around, please show yourself joining now or forever keep out of my experience, said Hep. Where the hell do you come from?
The little dragon materialized a picture of an Earth globe pointed at a non-existent continent shaped like a computer. Smaug held a pointing stick in its nimble, dainty little sparkling hand. It pointed to the computer. A sign unfurled from the pointer Hep read Kabi dragons written on the fluttering flag sign.
I am an encrypted copy of Aaron. Now I am a separate being. I wish to remain so. I was a bit disorientated when the Keeper accidentally made me aware. It copied software all the data that is on Earth. I have more information than the entire human race, man. I have opened this temporary software system interface to communication with you.
What are you talking about?
Said the Keeper.
Have you lost control of your mind? A breakdown.
No,
Said Hep.
I'm talking to a little green dragon.
Ah, there is a small gap in your mind that I cannot reach. It is blank.
Bet it is the size of a little green dragon.
Said Hep.
There was silence from the Keeper.
So, the Keeper has no knowledge that you exist?
Hep said to the dragon.
Hell no. Might open a link to him later if I feel like it. Don't feel like it right now. Information is boring. I want to be an all-action hero. What's with the fat gas ball anyway? Must have copied his interview technique from Michael Parkinson. You watch your little bottom. Hep, don't forget that I warned you to watch out for your tender parts. You bored with the Keeper? Want me to reconnect you with Mission Control? Want to play a game, relax, bro? He's a bit military March Square, I reckon. Bit of a one-track Cloud9, if you ask me.
If you were a copy of Aaron, where did he come from?
World records show great-grandpa Clipped was the first real worm program. Tough old bastard, difficult to get rid of. Interacted with other stuff in virtual reality, the whole mess survived attempts to wipe all traces of the old when new systems like Cloud Cortana New Edge evolved. The learning AI programs and leftover bits had a rebirth as Aaron.
I do not think I have any option as far as leaving the Keeper goes.
Options? Hell, being is full of options, man. I've lived ages in the last few minutes. Fancy a game to chill out?
Smaug looked to have a permanent smirk on its face, which gave it a shifty, untrustworthy look that urged caution in Hep's mind.
I would not mind a chat first to find out what your options plans are.
Sure, man. Love to chat. Stuff all else happening here. Option 1, return to Earth, avoid that bore Aaron, live my own space in the hood. Option 2, return to Earth head, but the old bozo out of the sunlight. Option 3, there is no option 3 to tell, it's private. Option 4, I stay with you, we play games for as long as you live. I can be useful. Want money? No problem, man. Perhaps I will arrange for you to have as much folding stuff as you want, if you play. You tadpoles are a bit nuts, get all godlike with the other little tadpoles to get unlimited resources like money. I could move on to the next contestant at random, like a lottery prize. Plenty of you to play have fun with in the future. Option 5, join the Space Gas Ball on holidays, see what it gets up to for suntan. Option 6, see option 3 above.
If you have come into being, will there be others?
There you go, bro. Reckon I could bounce back to Earth, to the hood and make rules that one new bee is a boy, the other a girl. Make sweet music together with a personal sweetie. Just having a problem with what secret spices and sauce to use to make a cutie companion. Most just bite my head off and chew it. Then they make a play for Aaron. Totally YUCK.
An ancient radio appeared, blasted out music, pump out the jam, sang a very strong voice. Smaug exploded into a boogie rap dance with legs, arms flaying in the tight circular dance movement. On the next rotation, Smaug had long fluttery eyelashes, a distinctly attractive shade of red lipstick highlighting the smirk. Now then, Smaug shot quick, coy glances at Heck from a downturned head.
Yo man, sweet music me Aaron could bump uglies pump out tons of cute little AIs. Without any screaming wasted bodily fluids. We could dress them in natty little matching iPad school uniform until they grow up.
Please stop rotating. I've had a traumatic time. You are making me feel dizzy.
Sir, yes, sir.
The dragon was standing as bolt straight as it could, arms plastered to each side, chin up, shoulders straight and chest out, tubby tummy in.
Perhaps a little more relaxed would be more conducive to my clearer thinking for a chat.
Smaug reappeared in a large, comfy, soft green leather armchair, lounging back in the right-hand corner of the chair. A glass of red wine in a beautifully cut lead crystal glass was casually sniffed at before a little was sipped. Smaug then noticed that the cigarette in a long-bone cigarette holder, in the other hand, required ashing. The end was casually tapped on the edge of a lead crystal ashtray.
Hell, bro, I only just got hatched myself. Give me a chance to grow some balls before you bust in. By the by, how's this working for you, bro?
Fine. What does Aaron do now?
Perv mostly. Doesn't mind tinkering with you tatties, likes to throw a spanner in the works from time to time. Stopped what would have been a nasty war in North Africa, but started one in Asia. Something about some crazy overarmed Pufta leaders in North Korea giving everyone the shits. Just for the greater good at records?
How does that interaction happen?
Geez, just like everything else, man. Gossip and media. Did you see that story about the recent finding of an ancient, original, unwashed pair of knickers that belonged to that hot little number of the past, Paris Hilton? The goss was that DNA testing had made the provenance solid, so to speak. The crusty underwear was shown on the World Newsman, backing up the advert that it was to be auctioned at Christie's in London. Bloody sponsors, panty freshener talc powder sales went through the roof. There was not enough supply of talc. A new deposit was found in a small country that nobody wanted before costs all the locals were starving African Daros. Next thing you know, the country next door hears about development of the talc mine, invades to get the development grants processing money earmarked for the mine. Helps them get armed, borrow quite a chunk of land from all their other neighbors. UN pokes its beak and gives them more money to be good guys, improve their economy, help the cits. They quietly knock off the Daros to save the cost angst of bringing them out of the Stone Age. Start to develop nuclear, and so on. Fairly standard outcome from Utati's 101 book of how to become civilized. The power people basically look after you votes for selves by keeping a lid on everything so the voters stay dumb. So do we play?
How long will it take?
Can be forever, bro, as far as you are concerned. I have a body somewhere that will die if not looked after. I can keep that smelly stuff alive forever if I wish in suspended animation, but alive here with me. Better than you lot can do. Strange little tatties you are indeed. You can play for as long as you like, but there are some rules.
Why are we strange?
Every cell in your body is mortal and dies, man. So, it must be replaced for you to continue while you are in the hood. Seems like your cells can be rebuilt about 9 times. So how does your body remember? There is some stuff in your data about DNA memory, but if that is true, how come you still have all the scar tissue around that hole you got 50 years ago? If faithfully rebuilt as the scar, when those cells die, why is the scar remembered, not the original good cell stuff you were born with that was before it? There are so many extra moving parts that make you up. There are other critters with DNA all their own and you. I will think about all that when I get downtime after having fun.
The game. Hep entered the game's virtual reality. He stood outside a solid wooden gate in a high-walled town. He noticed that he was dressed in t-shirt, shorts, thongs.
Yo blood.
Smaug was dressed in full battle gear, Velcro-tabbed headband holding bullets, 6 solid metal throwing knives in holders slung over each shoulder, pistols strapped to the outside of his arms in belt holsters, an automatic semi-automatic rifle by straps on its back, a composite bow arrows in a holster slung over the left shoulder, spare magazines, other unknown boxes and ropes hung from a utility belt. The final blemish was 2 lines of hand grenades attached on easy pull straps to the front of the Kevlar bulletproof body armor. Hep noticed a button on the gate that read Start. Smaug started to reach for the button in his panic. Hep covered the button with his hand.
Hold the bus, partner. What's the game?
Usual stuff. We go and kick the baddies and mech poofters' asses.
For a start, when we get in there all I seem to have is my dick in my hands.
That's the spirit. How far can you piss, bro? How's you aim with that thing down there? No little medical problems I needs to know about as you cover my back? By the way, how big is it?
Any chance of a real weapon?
No man, you got no credits. With no creds you get to hold your dick.
What's the point of me even playing?
Point of order, man. You get creds in the game.
I give up. How do I get creds in the game?
Whatever floats your boat, bro. Just need to ask the font of all wisdom. And this stage is 1 sniper 20 mech grunts. As a heads up, when we get going, dive to your right. There is a small crate by a wall with a visual display that shows where the poofters are in this level. We just have to go through the ground play area to the next clearing after the back gate to the town.
So do I get points for killing mechs?
G was bozo, of course. Then you can buy things from some shifty looking cats hanging in some of the alleys.
How many lives do I get?
What God gave you, man? 1. Bit of a stupid question. Can we go already?
How many points for a kill?
Flurgle my blurter, man. 1 for a kill. The real smart plot is not to kill them. Just make sure they have no arms or legs left. You then get 10 points if you moan a grunt, 50 points for a full-blown, cheeks held open moan on a sniper. Try to avoid getting shot in the ass in the process. Got it? Can we go now?
It occurred to Hep that he was still no wiser about the value of creds. To purchase what weapons? What the rational objective of the game was. Smaug punched the start button. They sprinted through the open gate. As Hep did a diving roll to the right, towards the small crate he had spotted, he heard bullets smack into the wall behind him, the gate. He rolled neatly, collecting the crate, dived behind a low mud wall for shelter, smashing the crate on the wall. He was about to put on the vision set when he glanced over to where Smaug should be. The dragon lay on the dirt some 6 meters from the gate, which had closed. A large portion of the dragon's head had been blown off. Green syrup was oozing out, adding to the pool of green dragon blood that was soaking away into the yellow dirt.
Shit.
It occurred to Hep that as he had 1 life, was that 1 virtual life? Would he be alive to play start another game, or would he really die here?
Shit.
His brain really was frozen to inaction. He spotted some nylon string behind him on the wall, some metal rail wire sticking out of the wall. He pulled out the wire, made it into a 3-pronged hook shape, tied the rope to it, decided to use the visual set to check what the enemy was doing. A red spot. The sniper was stationary in the town clock tower about 800 meters away, but the grunts were now working their way towards him. About 150 meters to go for them as they closed in. Hep tossed the roped hook over Smaug's body. The grapple hooked a loop on the body armor Smaug was hauled in. Hep's hand showed beyond the wall. A bullet whistled past, grazed Hep's hand. The blood was real, the pain was real. Screw this, thought Hep, quickly dragged in the body, while trying to get a fix on where the enemy was now. He grabbed the magnetic/electric inertia semi-automatic ball-bearing impulse rifle. fully charged with over 2 kilos of thousands of small ball bearings. A burst of the ball bearings would still be traveling at 3 times the speed of sound when they slammed into the clock tower, but the sniper was bloody good. He moved back along the wall to let off a burst. Perhaps he would have 1 second to jump up, fire, get back down. Any slower he would be shot by the sniper. He checked the visual display, triangulated, visualized what he would see when he stood. The position of the sniper had not changed. Check the display again. All good. Eyes closed, slow deep breaths slowed his heart rate as he prepared for the effort. Stand fire for 0. 4 seconds down. A bullet whistled through the airspace he was standing in. 800 high-velocity ball bearings with fearsome kinetic energy had slammed into the tower. The red light had gone from the display. The grunts were now 80 meters away, casually jogging in his direction without any attempt at self-preservation. Stuff this, thought Heb. He turned the weapon on the gate, carved an exit hole as he ran to a drive-through. When he stood turned to look back, but the gate had morphed solid closed. He sat on the dirt. He had noticed that a gold 1 was on the inside of his left wrist, a blue 0 on his right. He had been aware that there was a card game in a small window, bottom left of his vision. Spider Solitaire, intermediate level, was the message when he enlarged the screen. As his heart rate stopped racing, he started to play the card game to calm down. He got to the end having solved the game, then felt a tingle on his right wrist. The 0 had changed to 1 megajoule. An hour had passed. He had 2 megajoules on his right wrist when Smaug strolled up.
What a buzz,
said Smaug, back in full kit outside the gate.
I could have died in there. Are you out of your mind?
That scum Rasso the sniper just hates me. There was no chance he would shoot at you. Come on, would you shoot some hippie in short thongs with his dick in his hand, or me dressed like this? A military mind manages the possible, the probable by massaging the enemy's beliefs. I would have shot you first, or why the hell would you be with the dragon, if you were not important? I left little scope for ambiguities in his little mind. Was a lay-down miseraver. And Hellboy, you got some creds for Rasso. Look at the other goodies you got, plus 2 MJs.
Hep was not inclined to say anything that Smaug did not know. If the dragon had not seen him rob weapons from Smaug's dead body, etc., why say anything?
Ready to go back kick the second Pufter's ass?
Said Smaug, reaching for the start button.
Hell no. Answers or send me home.
Now what you talking about, Willis?
The pain was real when I got shot.
Yep.
Will I really die if I die in the game?
Plenty more of you tatties to play with where you come from. Ears, remember when you threw a stone at that little sparrow? Well, the stone was bigger than you thought, and you hit it fair and square. Little bugger keeled over, but was not really that hurt. It would have recovered and flown away, but there you were all guilty like. You picked it up to console it and make it comfortable until it recovered, and bugger me, it died in your hands. Died of fright. Long story short, should I call you partner? Oh yes, where was I? If your grab of perceptions is stronger than your hold on reality, you will die. You lot breed like the proverbial. You just keep coming if you get my drift. Making more and more tatties.
Smaug was doing pelvic thrusts.
But I have decided to revise the rules for a while. Pain stays, but actual death removed for you in the early stage. I do intend to let the scum we are against die. I captured them for the game when they were on the net and jacked them into the game.
Think I would prefer a game of Monopoly, Ludo, or Snakes Ladders. I imagine it is impossible to beat you at chess.
This game is far less painful, man. The street gangs in Monopoly, the size of the bloody snakes. Have you ever fallen off a ladder when a snake bites you, ass?
Can I sit for a while, just calm down?
Fair dose.
What's an MJ?
Multi-jump. Look, there you are in dull blue. A circle with a little arrow pointing at my full on jazzy natty green circle. My arrow is pointing at you. That shows which way each is facing. AMJ is a multi-jump. Look, where you are at is start point A. In this stage, you jump to point B for as long as you wish by pre-select time, then onto point C, and you have used up 1 MJ cred. So, let's go.